Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
So, last night, this happened.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on Seven Bridges Road. What a voice, I cried. But before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and yeah, that just happened. That's real. You see, Colbert decided to call a bribe a bribe. CBS, his parent company, wanted to get a partnership with Paramount, and for a major deal like that, the government kind of has to approve, so we know that there's not a monopoly. Yeah, right. And in order to do so, they sold their own First Amendment rights away to the authoritarian state. Now, Colbert pointed that out. Tomorrow, I put this inside of the beginning of a show, an intro that I'm talking about authoritarians clamping down on things like this, their need to do it, and reaching all the way to the UK. You're going to want to watch this, but this was so important, I just wanted to get this out today. Listen to his full statement. We're going to come back at the end. And I just want to touch on something very important that you need to remember while going about your day and about your week and about your next 4 years.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on Seven Bridges Road. What a voice, I cried. But before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. And I do want to say that the folks at CBS have been great partners. I'm so grateful to the Tiffany Network for giving me this chair and this beautiful theater to call home. And of course, I'm grateful to you, the audience, who have joined us. Every night, in here, out there, all around the world, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I'm grateful to share the stage with this band, these artists over here every night. And I am extraordinarily, deeply grateful to the 200 people who work here. We get to do this show. We get to do this show for each other every day, all day. And I've had the pleasure and the responsibility of sharing what we do every day with you in front of this camera for the last 10 years. And let me tell you, it is a fantastic job. I wish somebody else was getting it.
You heard that, right? You see, he realizes the gravity of there being no more Late Show altogether, not just him leaving. He says, I really wish there was someone to take this place because of the gravity and the necessity of that type of art, the art where you stand up in front of people and tell the truth and broadcast it. In tomorrow's show, in the intro, I put a little bit of this in there because it makes context. I just want to read to you a little bit of what I said, and I think you'll get it. Check this out. True artists can be paid, but cannot be bought. Because artists reflect the unconscious mind, which is why they're so dangerous to authority. Because art is truth, the unconscious mind. And in an authoritarian regime, truth is protest. Art is protest. Authoritarians rely on lies to keep power. Who else do you think would come up at nighttime? Scratch that. Tell me anyone else, any other station that has a nighttime show where someone has to stand up in front of people and tell truth, interesting, funny, in any way, storytelling, and also make money while doing it, that isn't on the same side as Stephen Colbert was. You're getting rid of an institution, an American institution, a damn near 100-year-old American institution, The Late Show on CBS, because America no longer can withstand the institution. America has changed. And they know they're not going to get any other person to go up there and stand and talk about, what, fascism? What, laugh at poor people? It's not going to make the money. It's not going to be art. An authoritarian regime would rather just get rid of it. Name me any other late night host that's going to back Trump. You can't do it. Not like that. You don't have enough scripting, enough time, enough staging to be Goebbels on a late night show daily. You've got to stand there and tell the truth. You've got to be an artist. And you can pay them, but you can't buy them. That's why they exist. That's why art exists. It reflects the unconscious mind, and doing so tells the truth. Support it. Support it. Art, all forms, every form, comedy, music, painting, visual arts, physical arts. That changes everything.
Ground News has very quickly become one of my most prized resources, my go-to even, because I get to find out what stories are not covered by the blind spot feature, which I love. But not just the blind spot feature. Any of the stories that I bring up, I can see what either side is saying about it. I can also see who's paying for those headlines. It tells me who owns the publication, which also lets me know who they're writing it for. Many times, none of that is for us. But understanding the context helps us understand the story. Ground News is absolutely one of, if not the best way to know that you've gotten every side of a story and that there's not enough spin in the world that can have you misinterpret it. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.